Hi Virgo, my name is Audrey Alison, and this is your December 2014 forecast for the month. I'm really happy to be here. Thanks so much for joining me and for subscribing and Google Plusing and liking and sharing these podcasts. It's been amazing. I want to start off the forecast with Mars because he is transiting on the 4th of December into Aquarius. And he's leaving Capricorn after a minute. So he's entering your 6th house of health and routine and work and pets. So Mars giving energy and stimulation to this sector and even ambition and drive and determination. Into the 6th house, you actually could be very inspired to take care of the health at this time. And take care of your pet's health at this time. Now, Mars on the detrimental side could be, aggression or anger. So you want to watch that within the daily structures of your day, within your daily routine. I feel like Mars is a little feisty when he's in the 6th. He's there for 60 days, so he's giving you energy to complete some tasks that you've maybe put on hold, that you couldn't finish earlier in the year, which is great because everyone can use some stimulation in the 6th sector. On the 6th of December, we have our full moon, and she is at 14 degrees Gemini. So this is affecting the 10th house of social status and stature and career and recognition. And the full moon is bringing things to an ending and bringing an awareness into what has not been seen or what was hidden in this sector. So some of you could be ending some facet of your career, or something in the career could be illuminated that you might need to switch up. Maybe you're not getting enough credit where it's due. Now, if this was a new moon, I would say you'd be getting a promotion. But since it's a full moon, I feel like maybe something isn't being recognized that you're doing and you're actually going to make some changes there, or you're just, taking note of it. And the full moon wants you to be very quiet, so you might need to keep that within and then make changes towards the second half of the month. On the 8th of December, Jupiter is stationed in Leo, and he's going to retrograde at 22 degrees. Now, Leo is the sign right before you, so this governs your 12th house, the most quiet house we have. It's time to go inward with Jupiter there, but it's also expanding any psychic ability or internal development through dream or premonition that you have. But a Jupiter retrograde, I'm not mad at, because he doesn't retrograde like Mercury does. I'm comparing him, a Jupiter retrograde, to a time release capsule of medication, where he doesn't disperse all of this energy in large chunks like he would if he was direct, but he slowly releases the benevolence that he's capable of. Because he's so magnificent and large, and he's, our biggest planet, he can't really do you a disservice in a retrograde. It's just a slower release of positive energy, of optimism. The 10th of December, Venus makes her monthly transit, and she's entering Capricorn. And from the 10th on, Capricorn, your 5th house, is basically the main source of activity. Now, you should really watch your ascendant forecast as well, because it is actually more accurate for transits compared to your natal chart. However, for the sun sign, this is definitely applying to you. Now, having Venus going into the 5th, for those of you with children, this is a phenomenal transit because she's beautifying the relationship that you have with your children. And, she's also money. Venus is love and money. So money for the children, money to provide for things that maybe that you put on hold because finances weren't happening right now. Something could really happen where you have the extra money for that special class for the child, or special gifts. It is Christmas time. So Venus in the 5th, amazing for those of you with children around the holidays. Now, the 5th house is also gambling. One of my favorites. Gambling, sports, fun, leisure, activities, things that give you pleasure, and romance, true romance. Okay, so Venus going into the 5th house, this is great for those of you looking for, dates, relationships. 5th house is more lighthearted dating. It's not like the 7th house of marriage or intimacy. 5th house is like, lighthearted fun. Let's take a little stroll. Let's get some pizza. Let's make out. So this is great because, nothing's better than having the 5th house activated during a holiday season because you get to take things lighter and it's just a good time. And Venus will be conjunct Pluto when she arrives into Capricorn. And Pluto's been stationed there for quite a while and he brings on the intensity. Pluto's no joke. So whatever's conjunct next to him, he has the tendency to make it even more intense because their energies are so close to each other in the sky. Okay, so on the 15th, you want to circle these days, Virgo, 15 and 16. Our Uranus-Pluto square is activated again, and it will be again in March 11, I believe, or March 15. Either way. Right now, it's the 15th and 16th of December. Now, Uranus is stationed in Aries, and Pluto is stationed in Capricorn. So this is at an exact 12 degrees. It's pitting your 8th house of intimacy against your 5th house of romance, which is kind of weird. Let me see. Or it could be the 8th house of property. 8th house is very intense house itself. It's death, it's sex, it's transformation, rebirth. But it's also property, taxes, wills, estates, inheritance, and shared resources, okay? So on the 15th and 16th, you might be receiving something that doesn't settle well with you regarding property. Now, it could apply to everyone so differently because there's thousands of you. Without looking at your natal chart to the exact degrees, it's hard to tell the direct influence. But I'm assuming it's some kind of combination between your romance, who you're dating, taking it to that next level of intimacy. Someone might not be on the same page as you. Don't sweat it, though, because this is just a 2-day kind of intense square in the sky. They're positioned that way, and it's not a permanent feeling. So by the end of the month, this could actually wash off and be very different than it feels on the 15th and 16th. So don't sweat it just yet. Could also apply to property and taking a risk. 5th house, taking a risk. Property, 8th house. Maybe something didn't pay off or isn't looking like it's going to pay off as well as it will by the end of the month. It's just a tense 2 days in the beginning of or middle of December, so just don't worry about that. On the 16th as well, Mercury will join Venus and Pluto conjunct in Capricorn. Okay, so Mercury, your ruling planet, in the 5th house. Communications, information, siblings, local travel, writing, speech, interviews, that kind of vibe in the 5th house. You're communicating with your children very well. They're understanding you. There's a reciprocated flow of energy here between you and the children. Also, news coming in about perhaps someone interested in you. And why am I feeling this could be a nostalgic old flame? I'll probably get something in the cards about that, so bear with me on that. Either way, communications, Mercury coming in the 5th house of romance. So whether it's new or old, shit's good. Okay, so on the 21st, the sun enters Capricorn, as well as the new moon at exactly 0 degrees Capricorn. Now, I've been noticing the last couple of new moons have been initiating at 0 degrees. And not every new moon has to start at 0 degrees. But what this means, it's like the Fool card in the Tarot. It's initiating something at the very precipice of it. It's just the impetus of it, the very beginning. And it's really great for you to start your intentions or to see the sun shining in this sector regarding children or regarding gambling, sports, creative endeavors. You know, for those of you gamblers, the 21st is an excellent time to sign up for a tournament because, I don't know, the sun is going to be conjunct Venus, Mercury, a lot of information, getting all the facts. It's great for gamblers. So you might want to buy a little lottery ticket or a scratch off, but don't come at me, you know, don't come for me if it doesn't pan out. I just feel, you know, you've got a lot happening in the 5th, so it's a good time to maybe to buy a ticket or two. Now, the transit everyone's hyped up about, I'll be writing an article about this on my site, is Saturn. Saturn is transiting after 2.5 years in Scorpio into Sagittarius. So Saturn is the planet of restriction and control and lessons learned and restructuring. He's a game changer. And he's going into your 4th house of home. So, and he'll be there for 2.5 years. So he takes 27 to 30 years to go around the astrological wheel, which is why he spends 2.5 years in each sign. But by the time he's done in your 4th house, you could have a whole new addition put on the house, a restructuring of the design of the home, a different home, changes within the home, reshaping, redesigning, the whole thing. Actually, maybe the repositioning of who is actually residing in the home. Doesn't have to be the home itself, but the foundation of the home is definitely changing in the next 2.5 years. Let me get to the cards, because I'm blabbing so much, I need time for the reading. One of my favorite parts. Okay, so Virgo, what's up for December? And if you want a personal reading, you know where to find me, audreyallison.com and Audrey Alison Astrology and Tarot on Facebook. Okay, let's get into it, Virgo. Ace of Swords. I actually received this card, the last reading, in the same spot. It started out the reading. 3 of Pentacles. I'll do the summation when I'm done. I'm finding that that's more helpful. 2 of Wands. And lastly, Lady of Coins. The Earth sign. That's you. Okay. So how I would read this, I noticed that you have 1, 2, 3. You have the 1, the 2, and then the 3. Even though I pulled this second, but let's just, things are happening in your life in an order, okay? And the 6th house is order, where Mars is. So you're going to find that maybe you feel unsettled if things don't happen in an exact order. Now, this is the goal. This is the goal for you of December. The Lady of Coins is receiving, you know, flowers from her garden. She might be honing it in and maybe using the resources that are surrounding her and not really being extravagant with the purchases of tangible accessories or items outside of the home. Everything you need is within the home. I'm also hearing you have every resource at your disposal, at your fingertips right now. The new moon at 0 degrees in the 5th house. The ace is the initiator. It's the new moon. The aces in the tarot start off the deck in the suit that they initiate. So the sword is a decision. It's a mental card. You're starting the thought, the intention. Okay, this is all about the new moon. This is, it's artistry. It's getting maybe paid. Being paid for creative endeavors. Or for any of you artists out there, this is huge for connection and getting aligned with the right people. You're protected with people. You have support, the twin flames, the 2 lovers, Mars, Hermes and Aphrodite. And this is an energy card. Mars could be initiating this, the fire. I think things are manifesting, and this is your goal. So go for it. I'm wishing you all the luck in the world. My name is Audrey Allison, and thanks for joining me. I wish you a sweet day, too, and I'll see you soon. Bye.